So in Illustrator, once I had a piece done, I would just take that particular layer, bring it to another Illustrator file, blow it up. I have a guide for myself down here of what I'm doing. And I would blow it up to the percentage that I needed, and those paths would then be imported into the Photoshop file where I could stroke them, make them selections, fill them, whatever was necessary with that particular path. But if you're going to have photography, existing photography, and you need to put perspective into it, sometimes that can be really complex. So let me just show you a little thing I had to do. Now, I wanted to put a little screen over my studio, the main entrance to my studio, and I found a screen that I liked. It's this one here. See? Can you see it there? Oh, it's kind of cut off. There it is, that little screen. And it came in colors. It came in colors. But what I needed to do is I needed to show my neighbors and myself what it was going to look like. How is the screen going to look from within the grounds or from the street? So what I did is I'm going to go in here, and here's from the front door first. All right, so this is from inside the garden area. There's the door, and there's the awning in place. Now I created that awning, and notice that it's following the perspective. It's got the shadows, everything that needs to conform to the perspective. Now, how did I determine this perspective? I have to find the vanishing point. How do I see a vanishing point there? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pen tool, and I'm going to look for lines that are obviously converging, like these right here. It could be a street corner, you know, the curb and that building up above. They're going to converge somewhere. Look in this hall, and you see that everything is converging on a vanishing point off in the distance. All these poles are shrinking in a very definite line, and they will converge at the vanishing point. But where is my vanishing point? So what I do is I click on this line, come over here, click, and then click on this line. Now right now, they're not there, so what this guy here, that little point right there, that's the vanishing point. So by moving that point, let me grab it here, there it is. By moving that point to a point where the lines, you notice the lines, the actual paths, I'm moving, there we go. There they are. That one's going and following that line, this one's following this line. There's my vanishing point right there. So once I have that vanishing point, these become my vanishing lines. They become my guides, so that you can see that the awning is conforming to the perspective of the scene. So anything I add in here is going to have that perspective. That's what he had to do in that street scene. Now, you might say, well, in that street scene he was shooting, the vanishing point was beyond. Well, that's okay, because you do have that work area outside. When I wanted to see how this thing was going to look for my neighbors in the street, there's the awning in place. Now, I'm going to go to F here so you can see what's going to happen. There's the awning in place, so the neighbors can see what they would see when they looked into my property and looked at my studio, right? So, let's find the vanishing point here. I go against this line here, out here, and go to this one. Now, when I grab this to find it and start moving them around, there it is, outside of the area of my image. There's the vanishing point. These guys are now following so that